Welcome back to Hot Take Sports, episode 34.
We were already recording?
Yeah!
Nice.
That's great.
And today we are joined by a very special guest, Leo, one of our high school classmates, high school teammates.
Yeah.
Will be joining us today. Leo, how you feeling?
I'm feeling great, still alive. It's 2022.
That's true. We did in fact make it. This is our first episode of 2022 so far.
Shout out to Betty White. She was so close, but she sacrificed.
Yeah,
Time
Magazine messed that up. High key.
Did you see? Okay, we were sitting there when it happened. I was at my grandparents' house, St. Louis, and there's a magazine sitting on like where their fireplace is.
Oh, no.
It's a People magazine that says
Oh, no.
Betty White turns 100.
That's who it was. It was People.
No!
Yeah, I remember
Yeah.
seeing that. I was like, dude, you
It gets
gotta
worse.
be kidding
It gets
me.
worse. My brother was playing Dungeons and Dragons with friends the night before.
D&D.
You didn't have to do it like that. You didn't have to laugh.
Anyway, continue.
I don't even listen to this one. Just, he'll like punch you at work or something. You go, oh, you won't even be there. He looks at his phone and he goes, oh my god, we killed Betty White. We're all like, what? He's like, we were making jokes about her last night playing D&D. I'm like, oh my god.
Bro, I thought there's all the TikToks that were like predicting death of 2021, and everyone like Betty White will die. Why?
Did you guys see the one that it was like, did you get that old white lady? Or what did you do?
Yeah, I've seen that.
Yeah, but why'd you take her right before she turned 100? They're like, the Queen's only 97. And they go, you said the Queen.
Dang.
He goes,
Oh, that's just cold.
and God goes, is that Betty White? He goes, give me your halo. And your robe. It's hot enough where you're going.
That's great. There was a tweet. It was I think at the beginning of the year or something. It's like, Betty White will not see 100. She will die.
Wow.
And then then it got retweeted like as soon as she died. And he goes, I was kidding. I didn't do it. I didn't do it. I swear.
Alright, but speaking of the new year, the college football playoff just wrapped up. We still have the championship game we can play.
Alabama's gonna win.
Thank you, Leo.
But,
Sadly.
I mean, I was kind of the big loser that night. I picked Michigan and Cincinnati just because that was the matchup I wanted to see. I went in knowing Cincinnati was going to get stomped. But Michigan? Come on, bro. You guys have to actually get off the plane and play.
I think Cincinnati
Y'all
put
look
up a better
horrible.
fight.
Honestly, I think Cincinnati versus Michigan would have been a really good game,
Yeah.
simply because it would have actually been competitive.
Right. I think that the two obvious front runners are playing in the title game.
For sure.
Who you guys have winning?
Bama.
I think
Bama
if you
by
don't
a
have
lot.
Alabama, you
Georgia.
didn't watch the last time. Never mind, that makes sense.
Georgia.
I mean, I can see Georgia come back with a vengeance. They do say it's hard to beat a team twice, but I still have Alabama winning.
I think Georgia's
Bama will show how
defense
easy
is
it
right.
is on Monday.
Yeah.
Not worried about
Bama's
it.
gonna.
I think Jameson Williams is probably gonna have like 150 and 2. Who knows?
Yeah, Cincinnati at least put up a fight in their game,
Yeah.
which was nice to see.
It was nice to see a non-Power 5 school finally get in there.
Oh,
Exactly. And they didn't lose by 50 or something like
No.
that.
Oh,
So.
speaking of non-Power 5 schools, I saw a tweet today that some former NFL quarterback would give Caleb Williams $1 million to transfer to
Did you see
Eastern
that?
Michigan.
His name, what was his name? Batch or something like that?
I
His
don't
last
know. I
name?
didn't.
Charlie Batch?
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
he was the Steelers' third stringer like so long ago.
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
He offered him $1 million to go play at EMU.
You're telling me he has $1 million?
He was an NFL quarterback.
He was
also.
a backup. He wasn't.
I said he was a
Yeah.
third stringer.
He still made money.
Yeah.
I was gonna say they still gotta pay those guys.
You know what I was waiting for him to say?
What?
Speaking of non-Power 5 schools, did you know that Bowling Green State University beat Minnesota, a Big Ten school?
That is a fact, though. It did happen. Bowling Green
I
was
was still waiting for
And
that.
Minnesota beat XYZ, so therefore, by the commutative property, Bowling Green State...
Oh.
That would definitely be a clean thing to say, though. So
Would be.
he's not wrong.
I was waiting for it.
The MAC actually did good in bowl games this year, so
It's good.
yeah.
Big
Not
Ten did
frustrated at
too,
all.
but then they went like 0-3 into one day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Speaking of Big Ten football, another good transition. The Rose Bowl game was one of the greatest college football.
That
games
was
I've
probably
ever
yeah.
Oh yeah.
Bro,
Absolutely.
Oh my
That
God.
was the single-handedly best offensive game I've seen in a while.
But
In
at
college.
the same time, it was also like painful.
It was because
Well, yeah.
because neither team played defense, and it
Oh,
was just
no.
it was just
Bro,
It was
until the second half.
That's true. Ohio State didn't play defense in the first half, and in the second half they did.
Did you see that we were playing a tight end at linebacker?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, we
Yeah,
played a
no.
tight end who played
No.
linebacker in high
Yeah.
school.
Yeah. My grandparents get home because we were talking about Ohio State's missing 19 people or something in that
Yeah.
game. My grandpa goes, "Well, can you notice any of the differences? Like, does it look any different?" I said, "Well, Grandpa, we have a tight end playing linebacker," and he goes, "So yes."
He wasn't even bad though.
No, he wasn't.
Like I was impressed. I'm like, dude, you got like 5 tackles. What?
Ohio State's defense missed a lot of tackles.
Yes,
Oh,
they
yeah.
did. Their running back though was massive for Utah. He looked big.
Oh, he was
like,
a
looked
big
like
boy.
Derrick Henry size. Oh my
I
god.
honestly don't know if Ohio State wins that game if Utah's tight end doesn't go down.
Or their
He was
quarterback.
the
Or their
one that-
quarterback, yeah.
Well, but that was towards the end. That was
like, I think the
crunch
last
time,
guy-
and
Their
it was
tight
too
end
late.
came back though.
Yeah.
Okay, but he still wasn't 100%.
Yeah,
no.
He was like
snapped
limping the
his
whole.
ankle.
He was like limping everywhere after that.
Because he was murdering them in the first half.
Oh yeah, they didn't have an answer.
I just keep
No.
going back to Jackson Smith and Jigba's his fumble.
Oh
yeah.
he was so
crazy.
pissed off.
He was gone, and he like
Then all of a sudden,
just
out of
relaxed,
nowhere,
Yeah.
and then
from
punched
behind.
out. And if he would have gotten that, he would have added like maybe 20 more yards to his, maybe like 10.
It's gotta be longer than that. It was a deep pass, wasn't it?
Yeah, they still would have counted the yards, but then he fumbled it like 15 yards short of the end zone.
Oh, was that?
Oh, I thought it was closer than that. I thought it was like at the 5.
I thought it was
because they
like-
got it
It
in
might
the
have
end
been.
zone.
Yeah,
No, he punched it out at either
They punched
the 10 or the
it-
15.
yeah.
It just rolled the
yeah,
whole
it just
way.
it like punched it that hard, and his arm like threw it forward.
He was so mad after that.
So was a lot of people.
I was gonna say, I promise you, Ohio State fans across America were just like throwing the remotes.
I
at the
was,
TV.
yeah.
Yeah.
That whole first quarter was awful.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Punch in the air, screaming,
What
yelling,
was it?
everything under the sun.
Well, and then the one dude, he had the first touchdown of the game, and then followed it immediately with a return for a touchdown.
Yeah.
And they were
That
like,
Covey,
they were
yeah.
like, and this kid's 24, married, and has a 3.9 in college. I was like, and you're still playing D1 football? Oh my god.
He's gonna make it to the NFL.
I think he'll be a punt returner at least. He might be special teams guy. But
I could see a team like throwing like a cheap contract his way. Hey, return punts, return kicks.
Yeah,
We'll throw you in.
he's
if
not.
everybody
He may
gets
not
hurt.
get drafted.
Yeah,
but
he's-
Yeah.
he'll be an undrafted.
he's
Yeah.
there
But I still think he's gonna make it though.
He could.
if he wants to. Who knows if
Yeah.
he wants to?
Yeah.
And then what? CJ Stroud threw touchdowns on what 3 straight throws or something like that.
Yeah. He went off.
What was it? There was like, I think it said 5 touchdowns in like the last 3 minutes of actual play or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Or something
that was
like that.
insane.
That was.
That was, yeah, incredible. And it,
What would you guys think of the field goal kick at the end?
That was stupid.
such a weird play.
I
Yeah.
looked across.
I
I'm
agree.
like, why don't they just milk the clock then call the timeout instead of calling the timeout?
I mean, I get it. If something goes wrong, you can kick it again.
Yeah,
But I get that.
It
But
was-
you have a dangerous
goal.
kick returner.
it was still.
On
It
the
was,
other side.
Wasn't
it was 4th and goal.
Kick it again.
No,
You
it was,
can't
it was,
kick it twice.
Yeah,
Kick it
even
again.
if you kicked it on 3rd down, you still couldn't kick it again on 4th down.
Well,
But-
if you threw it out of it.
Oh, okay, that makes
You
more
meant
sense.
run another play, not kick it
Yeah.
again.
Yeah,
Okay.
but
You'd have to run a pass play because they didn't.
Exactly.
Have
Well,
timeouts
yeah,
at that
but
point.
if you bobble the
'Cause that
staff,
wasn't
then
awesome.
roll out and throw it away, you can
I
still
was just
steal
sitting
the
there
lead.
like, he returned a kickoff for a touchdown, and
We're
you're
gonna
gonna give him
12
a chance?
And then they still wouldn't kick it out the
I
back.
know.
Why did they kick it
I
short?
know they
all
just
the
like
time?
they sky kicked it like you do that thing on Madden, sky kick
Yeah,
it.
that's so dumb.
It is because it gives them more time to like
Like we were,
set up.
it's not. Yeah, it's not like we were flying down there and getting them as they
Should've
were
just-
catching it. He's just getting it at the 15 instead of
Yeah.
at the 2.
Should just
Yeah.
kick it out of bounds.
Yeah, I agree
Oh,
with
I don't know.
that.
Think about what would have happened if that dude would have actually ran that back.
Ohio State
that would-
fans
He
are
allowed to
loving
broke the
that.
TVs in Ohio.
Yeah,
what?
the TV market in Ohio would have like.
Ryan Day's fired.
Yeah.
So Ohio State got ranked what 3rd after that? I think they ended up as 3.
Yeah.
I don't disagree.
I would have been like
Utah.
12 if they.
At the very
total.
to like just kind of throw this out there. It didn't really matter who was for. It was just a matter of who's getting sacrificed to Alabama so they can go play Georgia.
Basically.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not mad that OSU didn't make the playoff because like they wouldn't have done anything.
No.
At the end of the day, there's no way
They would have
I
maybe
think
put up
Ohio
like,
State and Georgia would have been.
They maybe would have scored a
touchdown.
touchdown.
yeah, but Georgia's offense, that tight end for Georgia would have just killed Ohio State just like Utah's tight end did before.
Yeah.
the year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The one thing Ohio State needs to upgrade in the high school market, I should say, is defense.
Well, yeah, you don't need a quarterback.
You don't
Well, at
need a
least for next year.
quarterback.
I was gonna say,
You
at
don't
least
need a
not for like
quarterback.
this
You
year.
don't need.
Marvin Harrison Jr. went crazy.
Exactly.
Too. Shout out to him.
What,
He had
he had like
3 touchdowns.
yeah, he had
Yeah.
like 66 yards and 3
I
touchdowns.
was gonna
You
say,
don't need a
but
quarterback.
between
You don't
Harrison
need
and
a running
Reyes,
back.
said we're
You don't
fine.
need wide receivers.
Yeah.
Because you're stacked there.
Because you didn't even
The
know
whole
Wilson and
offense is-
Olave were gone. And Jigba had
Exactly.
A Jigba.
what 347.
A Jigba put
Yeah.
numbers up for both of them.
Oh, that's right. I was thinking Jamar Chase, who had 260.
Yeah. Yeah.
We'll talk about that later.
Yeah, Jamar,
We'll get to it.
yeah, after that game, Jamar Chase is like, hold my beer.
Oh man. Well,
That and all I'm gonna say is that ending was something of the Bengals, and yeah,
Yeah.
we'll get to that later.
Might as well transfer to the NFL right now, though. Unless anybody else has any college
I
football
don't have a
stuff.
lot.
Nope.
I don't know.
Michigan sucks still. So.
Yeah,
Amen to that.
Harbaugh
Michigan
might
stuff.
be going to the NFL.
I've actually heard
Really?
he's not wrong.
Wait,
I've
wait,
seen
yeah,
that
wait,
on Twitter.
who do you say?
Yeah.
Harbaugh might be going back to the NFL.
Michigan,
Oh, that
Michigan
would be
Harbaugh.
something.
I can't remember.
Well, here. Well, there's another college guy who might be
I don't
going
know.
back to the NFL. Don't worry, everybody. Bill O'Brien's got another shot.
Oh,
I did
yeah.
see that the Texans wanted him, right?
I
No,
really
no,
hope
the
that-
Jaguars.
You know what'd be even funnier is if the Texans hired Urban Meyer. Oh man.
Jeez.
I think that,
He
yeah,
was
the Texans are
rumored-
keeping their coach.
He was rumored to go to Notre Dame, wasn't he? Meyer after this year, because
No, it was USC back when that job
USC,
first opened.
USC.
Right.
I was gonna say no.
Did
he
you
was
see
like,
what
no,
Lincoln
he was-
Riley got for taking that job?
a lot.
They bought
Oh, he
both
was
of his
on.
houses in Oklahoma for like $500,000 over asking price for $1 million bonus. Gave him a private jet to use whenever he wants, and bought him a $6 million mansion.
Yeah, I'm definitely leaving Oklahoma for
College
that.
football?
In Southern California.
Yeah. He had to go.
Yeah.
Go to
Yeah.
USC.
I'm
Bro,
definitely leaving
Bro,
Oklahoma.
he's basically there for life at this point. If he leaves USC, there's going to be a riot.
The amount of Oklahoma decommits.
Well,
Oh, yeah.
Commits to USC. I'm like, oh.
And even both Oklahoma QBs transferred.
That's what I'm
Yes.
saying. We
Oh.
saw Caleb Williams.
Mm.
Spencer Rattler, he's gone.
I've seen
Nobody
this.
cares about
Yeah,
him
they're-
anymore.
yeah.
I've seen this thing on TikTok. And
Oh,
it's the girlfriend.
Oh, yeah,
the girlfriend
I'm sure
couple-
that-
Every single one is hit. And they were like, okay, it doesn't look like Caleb Williams has a girlfriend. And then he went on vacation. And him and the girl that he was the only girl on his Instagram from like a year or so ago, or whenever they were in high school, posted pictures like of the same general view. It's like, that's it, he's going to North Carolina.
I really hope that hits.
Could
That'd be
you
so
imagine?
ridiculous. Or if he just commits to some really random school like New
Exactly.
Mexico State.
No, he'll commit to Jackson State University.
Dude, I hope so. That'd be hilarious.
The number one commit of the draft class,
What a
not
guy.
draft class, but the recruiting class went to there.
Yeah.
Right.
He's a corner.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, some sort of D-back.
Like, Deion's doing something, right?
Yeah. Their
Like-
bowl game was bad though.
Yeah,
They
they
lost.
look-
Oh, yeah, they had a draft dog.
Yeah,
That
it was.
horrible.
At one point, it was like maybe 21-3, 28-3, and it was the third quarter.
Oh my goodness.
There was
I
like
was-
no offense.
I was sick that day, and I came downstairs for the first time, looked over at the TV, and I was like, is that the actual score?
Yeah, it was.
Because my dad was sitting there watching it, and he goes, dude, they're just getting dominated.
Yeah.
Well, I got the number one corner
Yeah.
commit or whatever.
Yeah.
That guy that absolutely juked out everybody and just whipped out a Jackson State hat. I can't remember what his name is. I was think like Travis Hunter or something like that. So that happened.
Something.
That happened when we went up to BG.
Yeah, that was during that.
And then like the next day, ESPN posted of him playing wide receiver at his high school and like mossed someone.
Right.
Just absolutely mossed him.
So, I know I'm a little late with this, but I thought it was absolutely disrespectful when both announcers in the college football playoff semifinal games both said, and Georgia/Alabama got all the points they needed in their first drive to win the game. I was like,
Wow! Oh my gosh!
Because what? Both teams scored 6 points, right?
Oh,
Michigan
yeah.
and Cincinnati only
Yeah,
scored
Cincinnati
6.
had 2
Right.
field
And
goals.
the
Well-
other team scored a touchdown to start.
Michigan, I think, had 11.
Yeah, they ended They scored like really late in the game.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. But still.
Either way.
I was like, they
Either way.
just did him dirty.
Yeah.
Oh, I do have kind of like a little off-topic story. This kind of helps us transfer to the NFL. I played flag football with a guy.
Oh, there we go.
Knew another guy at a high school like that he grew up in down by Athens, where Joe Burrow's from, and he scrimmaged Joe Burrow in high school.
Ooh.
That is unfortunate.
He said that he was like miles ahead of everybody, even in high school.
Yeah.
I believe that.
Like, obviously, even though he was like on the bench at Ohio State, you make Ohio State football, you're doing something right.
That's
Oh, yeah.
Then you
that's
transfer, go win the Natty. You're the number one pick to your hometown team, and now you're leading them to the playoffs.
Gonna be a pretty good MVP candidate for next year.
Can we?
Dude, leave some storybook for the rest of us. Like,
Jeez.
I'm about to say, not drafting offensive lineman might have been the best idea. for Cincy.
I don't know about that. He's
It only-
he's
I was
already
gonna
torn his
say.
ACL and leads the league in sacks.
I was gonna
So,
say, I
true.
question that.
That's what they do this year. If
Yeah,
they don't,
they have
then
to.
there's an issue.
I was
Yeah.
gonna
Their
say,
first like 3 picks
Exactly.
should be offensive linemen.
Like their first 4, they don't even need that defense much.
Did you
because
see what
Mike Hill
Burrow
might change
bought
that
for
as
his
well.
oh yeah,
offensive
Mike
lineman,
Hilton
though?
changed everything on that defense.
Yeah,
I never thought a slot corner could do so much.
facts.
He changed the whole dynamic.
It's like having Draymond Green. He's like just that tough person to have, and everyone follows it. So
Right.
Yeah.
You need a guy like
Yeah,
that.
you need someone.
Right. Every championship caliber team needs a guy like that.
Yeah. Did you see what Burrow bought for his offensive lineman this year, though?
Oh, dude.
He should be buying houses in different states for the team that they're going to go to.
Yeah.
They were like, they weren't Rolexes, but they were like luxury watches.
Yeah. He
Like
spent
fully iced
a
out.
pretty
Oh, yeah.
penny on them.
They were sweet.
Pocket change for him. Though.
Oh, well, yeah.
That dude probably pisses out that kind of money in the morning.
Exactly. It's what his toilet paper is.
Like,
Yeah, he's got papers.
His
got
toilet
the
paper is
novelty
50s.
dollar bill toilet paper.
Yeah,
except his is actual bank.
Yeah,
account.
exactly. It's actual.
yeah. 'Cause we were talking because we were watching the Bengals game because it was Bengals Chief.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
My brother's a big Chiefs fan, and my aunt is a big Bengals fan because they're from.
And all
Southern
Browns were rooting for the Chiefs at that time.
Well,
Yeah.
of course.
Well,
But Daniel was talking crap the entire first half of the game.
yeah, because his name.
Well, it's
And then she talked crap the entire second half of the game. He acted like he didn't care. It was hilarious.
Yeah,
I
I
was
don't
like,
care. It gave me that.
your tune changes a lot. And he's like, I don't care. We're already in the playoffs anyways. I'm like,
Quit capping, Dan.
I'm like,
We
all
don't
right,
care.
bud.
He's just happy he avoided his Tom Brady jersey and stuff like that.
That's
Yeah.
true. That's true.
Isaac, have
somebody
you-
has
have
to
you
get a
put-
Jared
I was
Goff
gonna say,
jersey.
I haven't got it yet. Don't worry.
My guy tried to look us and be like, well, can I just get a DeAndre Swift jersey instead?
What?
Like,
No!
no.
That defeats the whole point of
Yeah.
the punishment.
Golf hasn't been playing awful.
Well, yeah, because
Get out of the same room, something weird.
You got COVID, though. And then injured.
They aren't even
You make more excuses for the Lions
facts.
than anything else we talk about on this podcast.
not even
It's
the Browns.
blatantly
even-
obvious.
I was gonna say, you didn't even give this many excuses for the Browns.
Exactly.
Speaking of which,
This dude won't even give Baker was hurt all year as an excuse. He's just like, get him out. He was our savior last year, but get him out.
And then he's like, oh, Jared Goff was that
Trade for
bad.
Jared Goff.
Oh my God!
There it is. Baker Mayfield for Jared Goff, straight up. Are you doing it?
No!
Chicken.
liar,
Cap.
But the money!
liar.
The
Cap.
money's
Just change his
awful!
tune a lot.
Cap.
Sorry. It's gonna be Mr. Trubisky. You guys all seem to forget that.
Oh, my bad.
My dad got
Imagine
more than
Baker
that.
Mayfield ends up backing up Josh Allen.
Ah, that'd be hilarious.
Oh my gosh. Wait, before we talk about the Browns, I want to bring up Cam Newton, dude. Did he forget how to play football?
After that
I
one
think he
week,
came back for he was good for like
1 week.
The
He was
second
good for
week
2
he came
weeks.
back.
No, it was the week that he came back.
yeah, that
Because
week.
he had like 3 touchdowns and he was in the camera's face going, I'm back!
Oh yeah, that's
And then he
right.
threw like 3 picks in the first half next week and everybody
Yeah.
was like, You're back!
I was gonna say,
Sam Darnold started last week. They'd had enough of his crap.
They've been like,
oh my gosh, Sam Darnold, bro.
Statistically, Cam
Still-
Newton, I think at one point was 5 for 21 in a game.
He was.
Like, come on, dude.
Well, yeah, the one game he was like 3 for 15 in the first half with 2 or 3 picks.
You have
Yeah.
DJ Moore and Robbie Anderson. How
Yeah,
are you only
exactly.
completing 5 passes?
Well, is Robbie Anderson really that
Nay.
good?
He's
I
not
know he was-
bad. He's a
he was-
solid number
I know
two.
he was really good last year.
He's
but
a
I
good
just think
2.
I mean, he's a solid
He's
number
not a
two.
1.
He-
He's a good 2.
That
He
dude
dropped
looks
a
like he could
lot.
just like snap him like a toothpick.
Yeah. He dropped a
He's
lot
fast.
of
Have
passes
you
this
looked
year.
at him though?
Oh, yeah, he's a skinny dude.
Just like he's like skinny. He looks skinnier than you. Now
Yeah,
he's in
yeah.
football pads, so it doesn't help. But still, I saw him one game and I was like, you can like see through him.
Yeah.
What?
But I think that the Panthers messed up by not taking a quarterback and throwing all their money at Sam Darnold. Like, that was a calculated risk.
I mean,
See, it worked out
I mean,
though in the
they-
beginning.
I was going to say, at the
Extended
beginning, it was the right
He's
choice.
really
And then, like,
good.
after week 5, he started playing like garbage.
It was Carson's fault though.
yep, we blame Carson. Has to be. Because that was the first week he started Darnold over Herbert in fantasy football, and it was just downhill after that.
Yeah, he had that one downhill game, and then I traded. what
For
did I
Sam
trade? I traded.
You traded Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, I traded Rodgers and.
I trusted you with him.
Yeah, I know, sorry. I traded Rodgers and someone else for not Sam Darnold, and
And for Darnold and not Darnold.
yeah, it was for someone else. I forget. It was a while ago.
What was our trade for Aaron Rodgers?
Miles Sanders,
Miles Sanders, who was
Darnell
garbage the rest of the
Mooney.
year.
Darnell Mooney.
Darnell Mooney was good.
Those, I think it was those two,
That might have been it.
and maybe one of my backup quarterbacks. Or you didn't need one because you had Derek Carr as your backup.
Yeah, he always drafts like 3 or 4.
Yeah, I
He
know.
goes, who won
Yeah,
the trade?
Yeah, because
Draft 3 or 4
he did that on
quarterbacks.
draft
Two
night.
Good quarterbacks.
He did that on draft night. You drafted Mahomes, and then your next pick you drafted
Aaron Rodgers.
picked Aaron Rodgers.
Yep.
We were like,
And then he
Hey.
was garbage week 1, and I was like, oh.
I know. And then I asked you for him, and you were like,
I was like, no, he'll get better. And then he got better. And I
he
was
got
like,
better. We're like,
"Ah."
yeah, trade.
And then Sanders was playing really good, and Mooney was playing decent, and I was like, yeah, sure, this will work. And then Sanders had like 2
downhill.
good weeks the rest of the year. I was like,
That
"Are
is
you
how I
kidding
felt
me?"
about trading for Gronkowski. I traded for Gronk. He didn't play the
You
entire time.
Then he comes to me.
traded for Isaac.
And he was good
And
again.
he like came back and was fine.
That's what you get, you freaking Patriots fan.
Oh,
Oh, yeah? I'm still mad that half of my team's at the championship game.
Facts.
Yeah. I think why you left it was your fault too. It was a collective.
It was all you Nimrods.
Matt, if it makes you feel better, you can bargain with Dan for half of a championship because I'm not gonna win.
Yeah, I traded Zach Moss for Kyler Murray on that week that we were all just pissed off at you. And we're like, oh, we're done. We're just done.
And Zach Moss didn't do anything.
I did. He
What
was
a terrible-
he was a healthy scratch the next week. I'm like,
Yeah, he was
I'm like,
Guys, I vote that we show up to Brady's apartment on draft night next year with pitchforks and torches.
it's not bad though because next year it should be taken seriously because we're doing money wagers.
Ooh,
I think so.
that
Yeah.
is true.
Yeah, that's true.
What is it again? Is it 10?
I think it's 10, and Daniel suggested all in cash because you supposedly get fined for doing it electronically. Not sure why he heard that one out, but
Well, I mean, technically that's sports betting.
oh yeah, that's a good
Yeah.
point.
Well,
Man.
it might
Why
be
wouldn't we do it?
legalized by
Why wouldn't-
next year.
That's
though.
true. It is possible.
Well, I
But-
talked to my dad about that, and he said he thinks it's 18 months away
18.
from right now.
That's fair. He would beat the one out of all of us.
That's what I mean.
Yeah.
Like, he would know.
But still, why wouldn't we do it cash? Like that's
Yeah, just-
that was pretty obvious. The other thing I'm mad about in fantasy football, other than trading my entire team away,
Stop!
Braden, Isaac, don't laugh. Half of it was you too.
I mean, it was mostly
Because you were the
me.
one who was stupid enough to give him all of your picks.
Yeah, that's on you, buddy.
Yeah,
Oh, no, you were the best team in the league and decided I'm gonna tank.
Exactly.
You're stupid.
Yeah.
And you
Yeah, you're
fell.
a terrible man.
You fell all the way to second place and got mad about it.
You were 7-0 and then Derrick Henry
Yeah,
got
I
hurt.
should have been a higher
Yeah,
seed than
that
him.
was part of the problem.
Yeah, Derrick Henry got hurt.
Yeah,
and
once
Calvin
Derrick Henry got
Ridley
hurt, I was
man,
giving up.
was
I was
like
like, nah,
mental
Yeah,
health
mental
leave.
health
Mental
problems.
breakdown.
Yeah,
Yeah.
mental health leave. And then he's like,
I'm just like, oh wow.
Anyways, Jamar Chase had 55 fantasy points last week,
Dude.
and the 1 week I needed him to play well, he had 1 catch for 4 yards.
exactly.
And it's not even like the Bengals' offense was bad that week. They put up 30 plus points,
Oh yeah.
and he had 1 catch for 4 yards.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had to beat Evan. That was it. He puts up his average 20, and Renfro puts up his average 15, and I win.
Oh
But Renfro put up like 8, and George has put up 1.4. I was like,
Oh my god.
what?
Yeah, I was gonna say no, because literally it would be you and Daniel in the championship. Literally.
Yeah, because I've beaten everyone but Isaac once. I've beaten everybody in the playoffs except for Isaac once, and Isaac was in a consolation game. He scored like 165 or something like that.
Yeah, Isaac and Evan are literally playing for third place.
I got screwed over week 1 when I played Daniel. Burrow had like 50 something. The rest of the team got injured.
Mm-hmm.
That was my entire season. You shut up.
I know.
Yeah, join the club. My team will play like crap, so I trade them all away. and then Daniel's in the championship with them.
My team, it's not like we weren't scoring points, though. Like, I averaged probably 130. And I was still losing every
Normally,
week.
that's not bad.
Yeah, you and Leo over there.
I almost made like the best trade I possibly could have made. It was Zeke and some other tight end that was my fill-in tight end for Travis Kelce and Elijah Mitchell from Evan. And I'm like, oh my god, this will get me into the playoffs. All of a sudden, Eli Mitchell, I have an injured hand. I'm not going to play. I played the last 2 weeks with it, but I'm not going to play this week. And then the same... I know. I've been doing that the whole time.
I didn't realize it didn't.
And then the last time, Kelce, in my last game that mattered, so like I needed to win out, obviously. But Kelce put up like 3 points. And then in my last game, it didn't matter. He put up like 35.
Yeah.
I'm like, you suck. I hate you.
Thanks.
Thanks, bud.
Like, thanks for making me 5 and 9.
Alright,
or something,
going back on
but-
Aaron Rodgers. He showed up on the Manning cast this week. Do they lose to the Lions?
Well, it won't matter because he's sitting.
I was going to say, it doesn't
If
matter.
they-
He's not playing.
If he plays, he's stupid. They already have the 1 seed.
Yeah, exactly. They're done. Like,
Yeah.
they're not
But
playing.
let
They're
us
not
toe.
going
Does
to play
Green Bay lose?
Shield.
He starts up with the Manning cast.
I really hope Jordan Love just, like, breaks down. Because once Aaron Rodgers leaves, that will leave the Packers in such a desolate situation. And the Packers have been good my entire life, and I'm tired of seeing them at the top. Come down to my level! I'm tired of it!
Facts.
Or your team could just play as good as they're supposed to, and they could just go up to their level.
Or we could just rot at the bottom like we always end up doing.
You mean, or you run your offense like it's set up, like running the football?
Like I said, we should be running the ball. I've said it a million times. A minimum 65% of the time.
Well, I've been telling your offense to do that for a while too, but they're actually good this year. So
Not really. I wouldn't say we're good.
They
I'd say we're
stayed healthy
mediocre.
this year, though.
Yeah.
So that's an
But our offense is, for anyone not knowing, it's the Cowboys, but our offense is so hot and cold, it's awful.
That's true.
I'm
It's
about
either
to
like
say-
30 plus points a game or we score 20 points in garbage time at the end.
Prescott's been
Not-
doing better out of the injury, though.
He's right now.
The coolest thing about the Cowboys has been watching Tony Pollard become a viable running back option.
I agree.
Because him and Zeke are now a good 1-2 punch.
I'm not.
They were competing with like Chubb and Hunt stats wise for a
Yes.
while. weren't they?
And then Tony Pollard had like that foot injury, and he was just he didn't play for 2 weeks. And then Zeke had his knee thing. He's still fat and old. He's like his longest run I think was maybe 15 yards this year.
Yeah, that's kind of sad.
It is very sad.
That is exceptionally sad,
What was
actually.
Pollard? Pollard maybe had like a 55-yard one against the Saints for a touchdown.
Yeah.
It was like not garbage time, but it
was
was
like
it was like the
near the
last
end.
drive to win the game, and he just broke like 3 tackles and scored. I'm like, okay, yeah, we can trade Zeke. I don't really care at this point because Pollard's fast, and that's kind of what we need for our offense.
Before we kind of transition to the Browns, I have one thing that I do want to bring up. It's a Dan Campbell quote, head coach of the Detroit Lions. We're in the Arctic Ocean, but we're headed to the Caribbean. Are you riding with Dan Campbell?
Yep.
Is he the guy?
Yes, he's.
Oh, absolutely. He's done so much for
The
the team.
Lions are. Let me speak.
Oh, sorry. Let's
That's a
let
Lions
Since
fan.
he's a Lions fan, you should let me talk.
So
His team is still playing hard after they were eliminated from the playoffs and started so bad. They kept fighting throughout the year.
I mean, it's not even like they were getting blown out every week. They
Yeah.
were losing in spectacular fashion.
Then there was that.
they
Lions
lost to a
bench
Justin Tucker record-breaking field goal.
Yeah, like 60 some
Facts.
yard. Didn't they like hit the crossbar?
Yeah,
too?
it just
hit the
bottom
Don't
and bounced
hit the
right in.
crossbar. That's just tough.
Saw the statistic.
Like-
They would have been like 7-5 in like if they won their like within 4-point games.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
If they just like
They lost by field goals, I wouldn't say at least 3 or 4 times.
Well, the Vikings keep game winner up, didn't they?
Mm-hmm.
And the Ravens.
and then they tied the
Viking,
Steelers.
I was saying, I thought they had like 3 straight where they lost by a field goal.
Yeah, I think so.
Or like a game-winning drive or something.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Then out of nowhere they just dominated Arizona.
Yeah.
You're like,
Roy, Arizona.
yeah, it was.
Arizona's so hot and cold. You think the Cowboys are hot and cold?
We're both hot and cold.
With the Cardinals.
That game was disappointing because they didn't even have DeAndre Hopkins or James Conner.
Joke's on you. They're going to meet in the playoffs and they're
I know
both
they
going to
are.
be freezing cold.
Yeah, I know.
And it's just going to be like, hey, who can throw less picks?
Final score 6-3.
Not even that. It's
No,
just
it's gonna be 2-0.
That's a oh my god.
no Cowboys pick 6 from somebody.
They
Probably
go.
our defensive end.
I was no,
Just like we played against
It
freaking
won't be
Washington.
anybody who's known for
I know.
picks. It'll just be
It won't be
some
Trayvon
random
Diggs
one.
or anyone. It'll be a lineman.
Cowboys Bills. It's gonna happen.
that would be interesting.
For the Super Bowl,
Heard it here first.
the Cowboys aren't making it
That's
past the
a day.
divisional.
Cowboys.
We haven't made it past the
since
divisional
Matt's-
since like
Heard it here
2014.
first. Heard it here first.
Since Match Thugs visit.
The Diggs
Predictions?
brothers.
Words are hard.
That would be fun to watch, but
Yeah, that'd be cool.
it's just going to be double moves, so Trayvon gets burned almost every play.
Yeah.
That was great. He got burned on one double move by AJ Green, and everyone was like, "He sucks. He's trash. He's overrated." I'm like, "Oh, I'm sorry." Does the 11 interceptions not speak?
No, my favorite thing was when they played against the Patriots, okay? Diggs had that pick 6, and then
Yeah.
literally the very next
I know,
play,
I know.
the 70-yard touchdown to Kendrick Bourne.
see?
I was like, what just happened?
You win some news.
Yeah,
Apparently.
I would much rather have a Trayvon Diggs who has 11 picks and has given up 1,000 yards overall to all the people he's covered than someone who gives up 500 yards with no picks, because turnovers like win games.
That's true. I mean, that's
Oh, that's a huge mental part of football.
Exactly,
huge
turnovers
momentum
is a big thing. Like our defense, like statistically sucks because we give up big plays like left and right.
That's true.
But once we get into the red zone, surprisingly, we held Arizona to like 3 field goals when they got to like the 1 yard line all 3 times. I was like, I was pretty impressed with that.
Rams Titans in the Super Bowl. Heard it here first.
Really, the Titans.
I'm
They get
riding.
Derrick Henry back and they just ride him.
There's no consistent offense for me. Like even the Rams struggle.
I was gonna say, even the Rams proved that they were not invincible this
Yeah.
year,
Like the
and the
AFC.
Buccaneers weren't.
The Buccaneers, in my mind, have never been invincible. Ever.
Well, not anymore,
I
especially
felt,
not
Call me
anymore.
crazy.
I felt like they were the end of last season.
Yeah.
Going into the playoffs.
Yeah.
I
they
meant
were
this
hot
year.
enough.
I meant this year.
No,
Oh, yeah.
this year they didn't seem like it.
They weren't. I don't know what it was, but they just weren't like feared. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Which is wild, because even Tom Brady's been playing better this year.
Right.
I'm saying it's gonna be Brady or Rodgers for the MVP, which is wild.
Yeah, I think
Out
it's
of all the
Rodgers.
good young players there are, you still have the 2 old geezers going at it.
I still want Brady to win that VP at his age.
Nope. Aaron Rodgers or bust.
Aaron
No.
Rodgers is gonna win.
Not
I
even-
I
want,
think Rodgers will win
yeah, so I want Rodgers to win, but
Rodgers
it's
has
probably
the
gonna be
better
closer
story
than I think a
to
lot of
win.
people.
Yes.
I think a lot of
I
people.
want Brady just at his age. I
Yeah,
don't know.
you would. You'll bandwagon.
You think Rodgers retires, or is he just gonna go to free agency?
He's gonna go to
Go
Denver.
somewhere else.
He's going somewhere out west.
I don't think he
He's going. He ain't going to Vegas, Brady.
I
Might as well say it. He ain't going to
I think
Vegas.
I don't know. I still would like to think there is an outside giant.
Does Pittsburgh have cap room?
No.
Do they ever have cap room?
Not to bring in Aaron Rodgers.
I know, unless he.
But they could make it. I mean, the
They
Saints,
would make it work.
The Saints had what? They were like $300 million in debt or something like that, and they got rid of most of that in one season.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a
Just
good
by-
point.
You know
Just
what
by
is a
restructuring
miracle, and this
contracts.
shows how good the Saints are? They're on the cusp of making the playoffs without a quarterback.
Basically.
Pretty much.
Pretty much, yeah.
Oh, I have a fun stat about
No, we've all seen it. We
Yes,
know you think
we
Jameis
know.
Winston's
They were
top
better
10
with
and he's
Jameis
not.
Winston than without him.
Yeah, he's-
Congratulations.
They were 5-2 with Jameis.
We all knew that was going to happen, Isaac. I'm not sure why you're so surprised.
What were their first 7 games?
Yeah, look that one.
Yeah,
up.
look at their first 7 games, and then we'll
The
talk about it,
Patriots,
because-
the Patriots were the third game. I do know that.
Yeah.
That
The
was the
Patriots
only
weren't
game.
that good to start the
Yeah,
season.
I know. That was the
They
only
heated
game.
up
lost
about the
one.
middle.
That was the only game we handedly lost all year.
First 7. Okay.
You beat us in overtime. Don't you say that. Don't you call that handedly. That's not handedly.
That was amazing.
Fine, then.
All right,
That was a
you guys ready?
meme for like the rest of the year.
Packers.
Was that a win or a loss?
That was a win.
Okay.
Really?
Oh wait.
Yeah,
that was the
that
trash
was
Aaron
the
Rodgers
38-3.
game,
That
Oh
was
yeah,
38-3.
yeah.
That was
Forgot about
yeah.
that.
That
And
was
they
the one we
lost
hit
to
Aaron
the
Rodgers really-
Panthers.
and they saw him.
That's sad, but that's
Yes.
that was the Sam Darnold's thing. Go. You know?
Yeah.
that's true.
Beat the Patriots.
Also, when the Patriots were bad.
All right.
Lost to the Giants.
Are
You lost to
kidding
the
me?
Giant? No!
You
Just
said
stop.
you
Never
were-
mind. Just stop. Never mind.
Dumpster fire.
Beat
of
Washington.
franchise.
Okay.
Oh,
Beat
yeah.
Seattle.
Both of those
Also
are
bad.
Yeah.
Beat Buccaneers.
Okay.
Who beat the
Then he's
Buccaneers?
hurt.
The Saints. Oh yeah,
Then
the
he got-
Saints did because
Jameis
Brady
Then he
Brady
got
played
hurt.
bad in that game.
He did play bad in that game.
He had like I think
The
3
Bucks
picks or
will
something
lose
like that.
one big game to the Saints every year because they did it last year too. They got
That's true.
they got dominated by the Saints.
Yeah.
That's
They
true.
beat the Saints twice this year. I mean, the Saints beat the Bucks twice.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, because they beat him the second time too.
9-0.
They won without
9-0
Tom
was
Brady.
the second time they
Wait,
played.
oh yeah, was that? I think that might have been the game where Brady had like a lot of picks.
And he broke a tablet.
Oh yeah.
I
because
remember
there was that
I
meme.
never saw it, but I saw the meme.
There was that meme. Like, I'm gonna
The
say-
NFL.
Didn't some dude tweet didn't a cornerback from the Saints tweet that he wanted to send a friend something?
Yeah, he's like, "Dear Santa, send my friend Tom Brady a new tablet. Thank you."
Thank you.
Yeah, bro.
Like-
Chauncey Gardner-Johnson was a freaking
Yeah.
legend at
Yes.
this.
Yeah.
All right. Well, might as well talk about the Browns now.
Go for it.
All of you.
What you got?
Well,
Oh no, you have to
Oh,
talk.
I will talk.
To be
it's
fair-
Clayton's first.
It's not bad anymore. It's not terrible.
right. We're not bottom of the barrel.
Exactly.
NFL.
The Browns have come back to earth,
They're back to
essentially.
yeah. The
We've come
medi-
back to relevance.
Yeah, you're back to mediocrity.
Like we were still in the playoffs
Oh,
up
no.
until a couple weeks
Oh
ago.
no, I'm talking about from last year. Because they made it far enough last year that everybody was like, oh, we're going to be a top 10 team next year. We're going to get healthy. We're going to be even better. And then they plummeted a little from last year.
We
They're
didn't-
still not.
We didn't crash and burn, but we definitely went.
Yeah.
They're not 2-14 like they were most of our lives.
Yeah,
They were
or 0 and
12.
16.
They were
0 and 60
consistently
for
be
the
between
one
3
year.
and 13 and like 5 and 10.
Except for when Brian Hoyer played, then they
Then the
they
Browns-
got their sixth win. Don't worry.
I was gonna say then the Browns were goated. No, we went 7 and 9 that year.
Yeah,
we
really?
won 7 games. That's the most I'd ever seen the Browns
Facts.
win up until last year.
What are they 7 and 9 right now?
Yeah, they're 7 and 8,
7 and 8.
and we're playing a Burrowless Bengals.
Wait, they should be.
No, they're
they should be
7
7.
and 9.
They're
They're
7 and
7 and
9
9.
because
They're
they added
7
that
and
extra
9, yeah.
game.
Yeah, because they
Yeah,
just lost
because
to
they're
the...
gonna be 8 and 9.
We'll
They got
see.
destroyed. But
I'm
yeah.
gonna.
Baker Mayfield looked. That is the worst performance I've ever seen by a Browns quarterback that I could personally remember. I didn't watch the one game that Johnny Manziel really messed up.
The pass.
I was at a family reunion. I wasn't there.
That's probably
Watching
better.
him go 1 for 10,
That was yeah.
I was like,
Yeah.
I
Clayton,
was,
did you keep your jersey on the whole time?
Were they
No.
all,
The
were
team-
they
I didn't
all
either.
his fault? That's the thing. I didn't watch that game either. I was
His first pick was his fault. He
Oh, yeah.
had David Njoku
Oh,
Wide open.
5 yards
Wide
underneath Jarvis Landry. Or no,
no, it was
Peoples Jones.
Yeah.
It was Peoples Jones. And he had
Then
Njoku
he
like
tried- Njoku
acres of
was-
space. Would have been a first
Yeah.
down anyway. But he
Wide
like
open.
force fed it to Peoples Jones and threw it behind him and just
It was a pick.
picked.
to him.
I'm upset
What
with
was it?
Baker Mayfield. You can't go 1 for 10, dude. I get you're hurt.
Man City versus Swindon.
Versus who?
Swindon. It's like a cup game. Exactly.
FA Cup or something?
Yeah, something.
Oh yeah,
I get
'cause the Liverpool Arsenal game got postponed
Oh yeah, COVID,
It's
right?
COVID. because Klopp complained. We don't have any players. Sorry.
You could pull a
Quick
cat.
soccer intermission.
You could pull academy players up and probably still
I'll get
win
it
that
before the end
game.
of the next episode. Don't worry.
You've already got it once. Look at this guy.
Well, at a certain point, dude, if you're going 1 for 10 in an NFL game, stop playing. Get surgery.
He should have been.
I
Back.
I'm sick and tired of watching that crap. on
I've
the
been
field.
saying that since like 4 weeks ago.
Yeah,
that he should have just gotten the surgery and then just be done.
Exactly. Like, I wish I could be a fly on the wall on some of the conversations between Baker and Stefanski this year.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
You got to think Stefanski was like, dude, you're obviously hurt. You really need to just
You.
lay low
Mhm.
and let it heal itself. And Baker's like, no, I want to play. I need to lead this team.
I woke up feeling dangerous.
Yeah.
Like, dude, stop.
Yeah, dangerous doesn't he's in danger of hurting the rest of his
Just-
body.
Yeah, exactly.
The Browns, and I'll stick by this statement right now, are an elite quarterback short of being a true contender.
And
And health.
a good play caller.
And health.
Yeah, so they
play
play
caller.
caller.
Like, especially after last game.
Yes.
Yeah, Stefanski
That needs
needs
to
to
change.
give up the play calling.
See, not even just last week. When you played the Packers, what do you have? Did he have 3 picks in the first half?
I said he had
He
4
had-
picks and they still almost won.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I mean by saying
That's
we're an
true.
elite
That
quarterback
game-
short of of being a contender.
Reminds me of Jameis Winston on the Buccaneers.
Yeah.
Like, you get 30 touchdowns, but you get 30 picks as well.
Except for Baker.
But there's no
touchdowns. They
30
run for all their
touchdowns. Yeah, I know. They should.
He has, I think, 15 passing touchdowns right now or something like that.
How many picks? I'm gonna look.
I think it's
16
a
or 15, I think.
I think Mac has more passing TDs than Baker's actually. Which considering like our
I
last 4
guarantee
weeks
we
had
have-
nothing but pure run.
I was gonna say, I guarantee we have more running touchdowns.
Oh, I'm sure you probably do. What?
I would hope so.
What? I don't know. We have to put up 250 bombs.
Brady, stop
That is-
talking.
that
This
is
is coming
true.
from the same
He's
kid
catching
who
that.
called Jonnu Smith the premier tight end. Stop.
Listen
talking.
here. That was wishful thinking.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then Hunter Henry balled out. Well, they saved me partially.
Balled out. Didn't even have double-digit touchdowns. Balled out.
Bro, he led our team in everything. Leave me alone.
I bet he didn't leave your freaking team in tackles, Brady. Now did he?
Well, listen here. I like Ohio State.
Tackles, interceptions.
I like Ohio State. We didn't need to have a tight end play linebacker.
I bet his passing. I bet he didn't leave your team in passing touchdowns. I bet he.
Wow, you
Didn't,
think
I bet he
that
didn't
was
leave
on
your team in return yards.
You need that one on your own, did you?
Yes, actually, I think.
Oh, he's got 17 TDs and 13 picks.
Baker?
He's a 35.3 QBR.
Baker.
That's sad.
26th.
I wonder how many quarterbacks does that count? That's the real question. Does it
Probably,
count
like,
everybody
minimum
who's played,
snaps.
or like it might be a minimum. Snaps.
Let's see.
I'm
here.
sure it's minimum snaps.
Mac Jones, 21 and 12.
That's not bad.
Where's his QB? I can't believe his QB.
Let's see what Dakota Prescott's.
Hold on. What was
That's
are you
actually-
off? Oh wait.
His name's actually Dakota.
Yeah, it's Dakota
it's
Rain.
Dakota. Yeah.
Wait, no, it's Rain Dakota. Rain's his first name.
Who?
Rain Dakota Prescott.
His first name is Rain.
His first name's Dakota.
Look it up, Brady, for some
I'm
freaking
good.
confidence. While you're at it, let me know where Derek Carr is in passing yards. As a matter of fact, just look for the whole
Rain
Raiders
Dakota
offense.
Prescott is an American football quarterback for the Dallas Cowboys of the National Football League.
Good deal.
He was actually right. There's a miracle.
Miami.
Now, are the Raiders first in passing offense?
I didn't say that! I tell you,
Yes,
I
you
did not
did.
say
You
that!
did say that.
See?
No, because I don't know that stat off the top of my head. If I don't know the other stat about my own team, I want to know about the Raiders.
Because you pull random crap out of your ass all the time!
No, I don't.
Yes, you do!
You have no room to talk!
Who's the best quarterback in the league? Mitchell Trubisky?
No, it's David Winston!
Sit down.
I know it's Jared Goff! It's Jared Goff!
Your 1 through 3 is probably Mitch Trubisky at 1, Jared Goff at 2, Jameis Winston tied for 2, and then who? Ryan Fitzpatrick?
Oh! Derek Carr has 21 TDs, 14 picks, and his QBR is at 54.3. That's
not
ninth in the NFL, though.
Huh?
Yeah. Like,
Wow.
overall. The whole season, overall.
What was
And he's got 4,600 passing yards, which is
Isn't a
fourth.
perfect QBR rating something stupid?
It's
What?
like 156.3.
Yeah, exactly. I was just saying 157
153.6.
some. Yeah, it's not so dumb. Like, how do you even figure that?
Who would have the highest QBR in the NFL?
I
I'm
can't
blind
believe
back
it.
down.
Rodgers,
I'm
right?
thinking just stupid.
We'll see. I'm going to find
I don't want individual games. I want a whole season.
Take a guess, Brady. Top 5 quarterbacks in QBR.
Oh, his QBR is 54.2.
Shut up, Brady. Listen. Look up the list for the top, just like the whole QBR list. Top 5. Who do you think it is? Not in any particular
nope.
order, because that's
Don't look at your phone.
Oh,
Just
yeah,
right
you're
now.
right. Aaron is first.
I was
67.8.
gonna say, I was gonna
So
say
the other four. So
I was
guess
gonna
the
say
other four.
Rodgers, Brady, Mahomes.
I don't know if I'd have Mahomes in my top 5 right now.
No, he had that bad week.
He had a
that,
few bad weeks.
Yeah, he had that like bad stretch.
And guys like Tyreek Hill dropping every
Dang.
other pass.
Oh yeah. that's
Aaron
true.
has only thrown 4 picks
Allen Herbert.
with 35 TDs.
Oh no,
Allen
no. Take Mahomes out. Murray, Allen, Herbert is my other 3.
Murray?
Murray, Allen, Herbert.
So who's the top 5?
I don't
No,
know.
just
I was on
you wanna guess?
ESPN.
You want to guess?
I'll guess.
I'm gonna substitute. No.
That my list is
Roger-
no order, by the
Rodgers,
way.
Rodgers for
Brady,
sure.
Murray, Allen,
And Herbert is what I said.
Herbert.
No, in no particular order.
Yeah.
Kick out Herbert, throw in Burrow.
Oh yeah, that's right, bro.
Okay.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I was a big
I'm
believer in
now.
Justin Herbert
Alright.
over Joe Burrow before the season
Do
started.
we want top 5?
But
Yeah.
now, like,
Yeah.
I think Burrow's better.
Clayton, I'm with you. I forgot about Burrow. I'm with you.
I feel like the Bengals just make a lot more big plays because he's got those super
I
young.
was gonna say he's also
and
has
Who
athletic
do you
weapons.
who do you think's last in QBR?
Last?
Taylor Heineke.
Is it like
not.
is it out of
Darnold.
is it out of
It's
30?
got to be Jared Goff, right?
No, it's Cam Newton, isn't it?
No, it's not.
Darnold.
It is a rookie.
What is it out of?
Zach
Oh,
Wilson.
is it Trevor Lawrence or is it Zach Wilson?
No, it's
Trey Lance.
neither.
It's
Trey Lance.
Nope.
I was gonna keep it Trey Lance. Trey Lance was
No.
actually semi-decent.
Is it Justin Fields?
Yep.
Wow.
25.7.
Well, because he has a second and a half to throw the ball.
Big
That
Yeah.
makes sense.
No, he doesn't even have a second and a half. He's got like an eighth of a second.
Zach Wilson is one above him with a 29.5.
I was good. Trevor Lawrence has got to be close to the
How many
bottom
people are on the
right?
list? Does it say? Like, is it number
31.
31? Okay.
There's 32 teams, right?
So somebody didn't
Oh, there's
qualify.
32. Oh,
There's
that's-
32 teams,
The NBA
right?
is 32.
Well, honestly, the Saints might not have a quarterback that qualified unless they did.
Yeah.
I should.
It might
Yes.
be minimum number of games
I was
played.
say check if
Okay.
Jameis or Taysom are on there.
Yeah, 'cause I don't think either of them played 8
Nope,
games.
there's no New Orleans quarterback on
That's
here.
what I mean.
That's
Yeah,
fine.
neither of them played 8
Well,
games. So.
they would be 32nd then.
Yeah.
Yeah, but if you look at the running back list, Taysom Hill is right in the middle.
All right, here's the top 5 for QBR. Aaron Rodgers is 1. Tom Brady's 2. Justin Herbert's 3.
Really?
Stafford's 4. And Mahomes is 5.
Why
forgot
don't
about
you say
Stafford.
Stafford?
Josh
Why don't you mess
Allen.
that up?
Mahomes is 5?
Josh Allen
Really?
is
Hold
6
on,
with a
wait.
61.1, and Mahomes has a 61.5. 0.4 separates those two.
Wow.
Wow.
Wait, so out of the original 5 I said, I had 4 of them.
Yeah, Herbert.
That's crazy.
Herbert's 0.2 behind Tom Brady.
I forgot about Stafford.
Yeah.
It seems like he's kind of flown under the
Exactly.
radar, though, you know what I mean?
Well, like I said, they don't have the big plays. They're just solid.
Yeah.
Mike Williams at the beginning of the season was making big
He was
plays.
insane.
Yeah.
He was nuts.
And then knee injury.
he went
It wasn't
down
like
with
really.
something and then hasn't really been like he hasn't been putting up the numbers that he was at the start of the year.
Eckler did that for a couple weeks in the middle of the season. He had a hamstring injury. That was a little tweak.
Man. Hey Isaac, who do you think's higher, Jared Goff or Daniel Jones? I'm just asking.
Oh, that's I think
You have
that's
to
Isaac's
answer
4th.
You have to answer.
I think it's Jared Goff because he.
There's
no way!
Daniel
Bro.
Jones has a 42.1 and Jared Goff has a 36.4.
Oh, but it's like,
Bro,
Well,
that's no
listen,
delete.
It drops off after 23rd.
you play some wild games of higher or lower with some NFL.
Heineke's higher
sides.
than Daniel Jones.
That doesn't surprise me. Heineke hasn't been horrible, but he hasn't been good.
Is he their long term answer?
But again, he doesn't
I
really
asked
have
the-
any
I asked-
weapons.
Who's higher?
Who's he gonna throw to?
We're playing a game.
I mean,
Higher.
they signed
Oh,
Curtis
We're gonna play
Samuel,
higher or
didn't
lower.
they?
All right.
Yeah, they're
higher.
Curtis Samuel and Terry McLaurin.
But Curtis Samuel doesn't play ever.
True.
I was
Yeah,
gonna say,
he was injured with his
Gibson's
groin
always
for like the
hurt,
first 7
so all
weeks.
his weapons are
And
dead.
Logan Thomas is gone.
Yeah,
too.
that's true.
Yeah,
Logan
that
Thomas-
screwed me too.
And you can't win in the NFL with one wide receiver. That's really
Yeah.
True.
hard. It doesn't matter how good he is. That's why the Texans were never good.
Well, I
It's a
mean,
good point.
How
the
could he
Chiefs
find
kind of
himself?
did that, but when you have a tight end like Travis Kelsey,
That
you
doesn't-
can make it
He's a
work.
receiver. Come on. That dude blocks like 5 plays a game. Trying to decide which 2 to pick.
No, I'm gonna go back. I was looking at different ones.
While he does
Um,
that, does anybody have anything else they want to talk about?
I was
Well,
gonna say, did Isaac ever talk about the Browns?
No.
Did Leo
No.
ever talk about?
I want to hear Baker stay, Baker go. 5, 4,
I think he has to
3.
go.
Baker stay or Baker go.
Go.
I think he's gonna end up staying.
Just for the Browns' sake.
Should?
He's gotta
Oh, should.
Should
he?
Baker stay or should Baker go?
should go.
For the Browns, from the Browns' point of view.
I'm gonna say stay.
See,
I'm gonna say stay for next year for sure.
yeah.
Next
gonna
year
say-
for sure.
I'm gonna change it.
But are you then waiting too long
No,
on
because there's no.
Clowney and Garrett and Chubb?
You know what I would love to see is how Deshaun
Mahomes.
Watson stuff plays out this offseason.
Yes.
I would love to see the Browns make a move for Deshaun Watson.
What does he have left on his contract
He's-
Deshaun Watson, he's
that
got,
are
like,
still holding him?
he's got like 5 years left, I think.
Really?
4 or
They signed
5.
up. They signed that big of a deal.
Yeah,
Baker's making 19 mil next year.
which isn't bad for a starting QB.
For a mid tier.
I personally, they're probably going to keep him.
We're gonna keep him.
They're going to keep him because
Unless he
no one's
requests
going
a
to trade for him. I don't think anyone's going to trade for him.
That's true.
personally.
Like who would want to trade for Baker?
Exactly. There's
You
no
think-
one really.
The football team.
Yeah, well, but
The
okay, but why would you trade for Baker when you already have Taylor?
Exactly.
Like,
I was
you're
gonna
not-
say
exactly.
they
You're
put
really
their faith in the hands of Ryan Fitzpatrick at the beginning of the year. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, they're not really improving any from where they are right now.
Yeah.
For as little as Heineke's making, they're not really improving. By
Yeah,
putting
that's
Baker
true.
in the field. And
I forget
that's
how little
essentially
he's
the
making.
same kind of quarterback. I mean,
Same
a
principle.
healthy Baker is going to run when he wants to, and he's not
Yeah.
going to slide. He's going to
Yeah.
punch it in for a couple extra yards. Heineke's the same way. So,
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
but like, who else is going to want him?
I don't know.
Oh, I got breaking news on the Cowboys.
Oh yeah,
I saw Diggs is
who's,
out.
who's
Yeah.
broken?
They ruled out Trayvon Diggs, Jaron Kearse, and Tony Pollard against the Eagles. It's not like it
Yes! No, Tony Pollard!
They're,
Fantasy season saved.
yeah, I'm gonna laugh my ass off though if Zeke's out too. They might just
Oh, man.
they might sit him because of his knee.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah,
Is Dak playing?
I mean probably he needs to.
Wait,
Tony
uh,
Romo.
He
Tony.
I would rather at this point because at least Tony would hit an open target from 4 yards away.
Dude,
It was
you guys see the Saints called Drew Brees at one point?
Yeah, and he said no. He's like
golfing,
no.
right?
He's like no. You guys are
He was on the
trash.
golf course.
He
Yeah.
was golfing and he laughed and hung up.
Yeah, he just like laughed at yeah.
Yeah.
No.
All right.
All right, higher or lower? Is this QBR? Is that
Yeah,
what we're
it's
doing?
QBR still. Who do you think? Who do you think has the better QPR? Dak Prescott or Jimmy G?
Ooh.
It's gotta be Jimmy G, right?
My heart says Dak, but the way you're
I want to
asking
say
has
Dak,
wants to make me say
I was gonna say,
Jimmy.
you're making me think of Jimmy G.
I'm gonna go with Dak just because that's what
I'll
I
say,
think.
I
it
think
is.
Leo's feeling extra smart today. He's not gonna. It's a double reverse psychology. It's Dak.
Jimmy.
It's Jimmy G. Dak is 17th and Garoppolo's 12th.
Okay.
Jimmy
What's the
G.
difference? What's the difference? between
Jimmy
the two?
G's got a 53.6 and Dak has a 50.1.
3 points.
He's been pretty meh.
What is
Dak
Baker?
has.
What is Baker's QBR?
Bakers?
What is Baker's QBR?
Let's see.
It's like 35 something, I think.
It's
I
not.
think we said it earlier.
It's not bottom five. It's not bottom
Did you
five.
say he was like 21st or something like that?
He is 26th
6th?
with a
I was gonna say, I probably wasn't
35.3.
in here with that.
35.3.
And below him is Darnold, Lawrence, Mills, Zach Wilson, and Justin Fields.
Davis Mills.
And watching.
That poor man. Drafted in the 3rd round, he got thrown into a dumpster fire of an organization.
True.
Hey, but he got to start.
Hey, but he's in the fire.
Yeah.
You know what? I'd be like, you know what? I could be
It's-
sitting on the bench for any other team. I'm taking this shirt right now. So
It's not his fault.
He
Like,
beat the Chargers, didn't he?
yeah, that's true. He did.
Yeah.
Davis Mills. No, they almost beat New England. That was scary.
There's no clear cut like champions in the NFL right now.
no, every team, I should say every playoff team has an equal chance to win in my eyes.
Yeah.
I've seen a lot of people.
That's not true. I rule out the Eagles. They're not going anywhere.
Yeah.
But
not anymore. Their entire
Whoever
running
they-
back room is either hurt or has COVID.
That's why I was
What do you mean,
excited
Jalen
there
Hurts?
for a while.
Shut up.
That's what I was excited for because originally it was Dallas at the 2 seed. If they just won out and Green Bay won out, then we were going to play the Eagles.
That would have been nice.
It would have been nice, and we would have been on the opposite side of the Packers.
Also would have been nice.
Yeah, because then it would have been an actual chance to get past the divisional game this year. But that ain't happening. Yeah.
At this point, I'm just hoping New England doesn't have to play Buffalo first round.
I hope you.
That's what I'm shooting.
I hope
Just
that
piss you off.
happens.
I don't know.
Well, no, I would rather watch New England and Kansas City or New England and Tennessee or New England and Cincinnati rather than watch us against Buffalo for a thing. Time.
So you'd rather see you get stomped on by other teams than play a winnable
Do you
game.
really think we're gonna get stomped on?
By the Bengals right now, the way they're playing? Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't
Yes,
think so.
you
I don't think
Bengals.
stomped.
I don't
I'd
think
say
we
2
get stomped on
touchdowns
by anyone.
minimum with how good they're playing right now.
I don't
They
think
are.
it's
They're doing
touchdowns
real
stomped.
good.
No, 2 touchdowns doesn't stop.
Much more than
3 or 4 is
How
stop.
about kicked?
Yeah, okay.
Okay, I'll give you that one. But I think we can hold our own with anybody as long as they.
Well, obviously, that's why you're in the playoffs.
Really, Brady.
You guys didn't sneak into the playoffs by any means. The Patriots were actually a decent team this year, which is better than most of us expected.
It's so annoying.
Which was
Your team
also
is
what-
good
Yes.
again.
Yeah, which sucks
You guys really
because at the
didn't.
beginning you were bad.
No!
At the beginning you were like
On paper, your team should suck.
Quite literally,
you were like
the
0-4 at home, weren't you? Something
Yeah,
like
the
that.
Saints were the only team that we did not, that we did not barely lose to. Couldn't
Rookie quarterback, average running backs, average receiving core.
Average tight ends.
See, but you
Let's call it
forget
receiving core.
Bill
A
Belichick's
good-
there,
a
so
good
that makes
offensive
him
a
line.
really good O-line.
Good
yeah.
offensive line.
And
yeah,
a
I'll say
defense
that.
that always shows up and grinds.
And a solid defense.
Yeah, but then
Hey man, you know
You
they say
guys-
deep defense wins
You
championships.
guys should be very, very, very mid.
should be. Then
But
again,
yeah,
Hey, man.
I think.
Bills, what
it's
can I
the
say?
Patriots, the Patriots.
Bill we trust.
Yeah, okay.
But here's the kicker: you wanted Justin Fields.
And it's
I
super
know.
funny to hear you talk.
I talked about that today
You
with
wanted Justin Fields. Would you guys be better?
No.
And if so, how much?
I think.
No.
I really don't think so.
I think so.
I do not think we would be better with Justin Fields because if we use Justin Fields, we would have done what we did last year with Cam Newton. A lot of QB
He's
runs,
not a power runner though.
Yeah,
but we
Cam
still.
Newton's a power runner.
I know that, but we still would have done a lot of QB run plays.
No,
There would've
I
been
don't
a-
think
They
would.
would have kept Cam and treated Justin Fields the same way. 'Cause
No.
They're both are very mobile. Well, Cam was a very mobile quarterback.
Cam's way.
Fields.
He's
has
way
the-
past his prime now. But
Which
no,
is
I
weird
don't.
because his prime was what, 4 years ago? When he won
Something like
MVP?
that.
5 years ago?
No,
That was in 2015.
Yeah, it's 2015 was
7 years.
that was his MVP campaign. Yeah, that was 2015. So yeah, I'd say like 5-6 years ago something like that. But no, because I think if Justin Fields ended up on the Patriots over Mac Jones, I think we would have kept Cam and used Cam to open the year. In which case, we would have got blown out by Tampa Bay. We probably still would have lost to the Dolphins, just probably by more than 1 point. And the Jets probably would have been scarily close. I think it was scarily close.
I would love to listen to
you
you talk about Cam Newton. I would love to listen to you have an argument with yourself
about Cam
before
Newton.
the start of the 2020 season and before the start of the 2021 season.
Oh yeah.
That would be so funny to watch.
Oh yeah.
Because 2020 you would be like, no, again we trust, we're going to be good again. And then like 2021 you would be like, no, he sucks, we need to move on to Justin Fields. It would have been so funny.
Yes.
There's so much
I
energy in that.
Well, I
The whole world
I
is
still remember when we were talking about it. When we recorded my house one time. You guys asked me how long until Justin or how long until Mac Jones takes it from Cam Newton. How long? And I was like, oh, probably like week 4, week 5. No, it's just week 1.
All of a sudden,
It's a training
all of a
camp.
sudden, they just cut him. I'm like, really?
I was
That's
sitting in
happening?
class. I was like, what? What is happening?
Yeah, I'm sitting there like, you guys are screwed.
I should know we were going to keep Brian Hoyer over Cam Newton. We always keep Brian Hoyer.
Well, how could you not?
I know, that's what I'm saying.
He's better than Baker Mayfield. That's crazy.
Anyone's better than
Brady
Baker
probably
Mayfield.
thinks a tree outside right now is better than Baker Mayfield.
That's great.
I think you guys would have been around the same record, but maybe a little worse with Justin Fields.
I mean, Justin Fields
Because-
would definitely have been better in New England than he is in Chicago because he would have had an O-line.
I was going to
Yeah,
say,
I-
he would have had blockers.
I-
You would have had
I-
blockers, and Fields has a decent arm.
And the weapons wouldn't be any different. I mean,
Yeah.
Darnell Mooney, I think, is going to be really good. But that's
Like you
okay.
said, yeah, Mooney's better than I think we are. Mooney would be a wide receiver 1 on our team, Clay, not Scotty Miller. Don't worry.
I still don't understand why he
Well,
denies
yeah.
it.
Like, would Scotty Miller be a
There's-
wide receiver 1 on the Patriots?
There's no reason why he couldn't be.
He'd be the slot wide receiver. He'd be literally Wes Welker.
Thank you.
I,
Wes
think,
Welker
I
wasn't wide
genuinely,
receiver one
with,
either.
with it's Bill Belichick, I think he would probably just
Who
play
did
him
Wes
there.
Welker play with?
Played with Edelman, who was our wide receiver 1, i.e.
Danny-
Jacoby Myers.
Isn't it, wasn't Danny Amendola there too, yeah?
At
the same time-
Amendola was kind of like our 3.
He was your deep threat.
Yeah, I said
For some odd reason, he was a
Amendola,
deep threat.
Amendola was there, and then once the playoffs hit, explosion.
Edelman and Scotty Miller play similarly, though.
They do, but Edelman was better. Talent-wise.
How would we know? Scotty Miller has played behind arguably the best wide receiver core in the NFL his entire career.
That's true.
Yeah.
You can't even argue with me
Yeah,
on
I
that
got
one.
Or the
Hey, he's moved ahead of Antonio Brown now, though.
Yeah,
Hey,
that's
That
true.
doesn't take
yeah,
much.
that took a while, but hey.
Oh yeah, we gotta address that really quick.
Oh yeah. Hate me.
This will probably be the last thing we talk about because we're closing into an hour.
I do have one more thing after this.
Like you would.
Of course you do. Might as well get that out of the way. Go for it, Brady.
Well, yeah, I mentioned it to you earlier while we were sitting on break at work. The Panthers said they're open to trading McCaffrey.
I'm not. I was gonna say I'm not.
No clue. They just
For what?
they just one of their team writers came out and said, "Oh yeah, they're gonna be looking to move on from McCaffrey because he's always hurt."
McCaffrey to the Cardinals
Please no.
for another 3rd round pick.
Please no.
DeAndre Hopkins and Christian McCaffrey for nothing.
Oh my God.
Honestly,
That would be the most broken Madden team of all time.
That's
That'd be so broke.
You got a little paddlefoot Kyle Murray sprinting around.
Exactly.
Hopkins is down there somewhere.
Exactly.
Dude.
I don't know.
Or you could throw it underneath to Larry Fitzgerald because he's still there somewhere. Is he?
No.
no one signed him.
No, he didn't resign.
I was gonna say he chose not to resign because he didn't. It wasn't. I don't think it wasn't fun anymore. I just think he didn't want to do it.
That's very.
And if I was stuck in Arizona for 18 years, I wouldn't want to do it either.
Well, that's why Gronk retired the first time for that year.
Yeah,
he was tired of doing everything. Well, that too.
We're gonna
He
trade
was
him to the Lions.
he was
no, I
like
retired.
exhausted and tired and was just like, no, I don't want to play for the Lions.
Could you imagine if Gronk was alive? Oh my gosh.
Isaac would
Jared
have
Goff
a
had
poster.
weapons.
Isaac would have a
Him
fat head.
and Hawkinson.
Stafford would
Wait,
still be in Detroit.
Hawkinson
I
was
would argue Stafford would still be in Detroit if they had Gronk.
Yeah,
Eh,
maybe.
I mean, then he would have had 2 weapons with Megatron and Gronk.
Whoa.
At least two
Well,
different
Megatron was
gone.
Yeah,
by then.
but he was gone.
It was
You
after
guys
the
see-
2018
Oh,
Super
yeah,
Bowl.
that's true.
Before we transition into Antonio Brown, do you guys see Terrell Owens has been tweeting out saying he wants to take a spot?
He wants like a 10 day or something.
Like the
Like he
NFL
wants the
version of
NFL.
10-day.
Yeah,
Oh my gosh.
on the Buccaneers.
I really hope so. That'd be so funny.
That'd be hilarious.
I would love
He'd
it.
go over the middle and probably break something after he got hit.
I was gonna say he gets smoked by some middle linebacker with a neck plate and a mullet.
Every single.
You talking about Alex Anzalone?
Yes. No, every route that he runs would be to the sidelines. So you can just step out of bounds. After
Yeah,
it's like,
No thing.
3 yards. Walk out.
Full PPR league though. That's where it's at.
Hey. Hey.
But
Hey.
to talk about Antonio Brown, like there have been multiple different perspectives on this.
Yeah.
He's saying he's injured. He has text messages with Bruce Arians to confirm that. But like Bruce Arians also like has came out and said like he was lying pretty much. Isn't that the whole thing? That's basically his argument. And like then they cut him. They cut him yesterday.
Yeah, yeah.
Then he posted screenshots of texts with Tom Brady's personal trainer that, takes everywhere. So he's working with Gronk and AB and all those guys. And he posted a conversation about that too. And supposedly somewhere he posted a conversation with Tom Brady and he's like turned on Tom Brady, who literally let Antonio Brown move in with him at one point.
And they're in his guest
Like-
house to make sure
of
he
all the
doesn't do
people to
anything.
turn on, why him? Like he literally gave you some
Even after
sleep.
the game, he like spoke for him. He was like,
Yeah.
we all love him, care for him." We're like,
Yeah.
"Mhm."
Well, that's the end of the AB saga there.
It has
I gotta say that
It
Mike
has
Tomlin has some kind of great sports psychologist because they
Facts.
have Chase Claypool, AB, Juju, and who's the other moron?
Chase Claypool. Stupid.
Le'Veon Bell.
Le'Veon Bell.
Le'Veon, yes. Chase Claypool really quick. He sucks. He's just
He's over.
literally there for the TikToks.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah.
What did Juju do this year?
He hurt.
He
hurt
hurt
his
his
shoulder. It was out there.
Collarbone? I thought it was collarbone.
It was something in it.
It was in this area.
Yeah. Huh.
I didn't know if he was still with the Steelers, to be honest.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
is, but
Well, he
Hey,
is.
he's
But
a
like
free
he signed
agent,
a
I think.
1 year, and I don't know if they're gonna.
I think
Probably
he's a
not.
free agent this year.
probably won't.
He signed a 1 year, $8 million before the season started.
Yeah.
Heard it here
Juju to
first.
Jacksonville.
No, Juju to the Cowboys.
Are
He's
you
a wide
actually
receiver.
saying that, or you're just saying it to make Leo mad?
Juju to the Cowboys.
Juju to the Lions. That's what he really means.
Bro, I
Oh, the other blue and white team. My bad.
I
If we pick
actually
another offensive player,
However, I did.
I
Find
might
it,
be done.
I did find it kind of funny. There's a guy named Kadarrell Hodge that used to play for the Browns, and we cut him before the season because he wasn't going to play. And he
Yeah.
starts for Detroit now. Detroit. I'm like, dang.
Does it make you feel like the Browns are on another level?
That makes me feel a lot better about myself. I'm not going to lie.
Okay, Darryl Hodge. I really remember when that happened. I was like, "Oh, I think your favorite receiver is not on your actual favorite team."
He wore number 12, so I always followed Daryl Hodge because that was the number I wore in high school.
Okay, this doesn't even have to be part of the podcast. You can cut this if you want to, but I have to ask, why were you two screaming about Clowney in the group chat during the Browns game?
Oh,
What was he doing?
He took off a guy's shoe and threw the shoe.
I saw that.
I wonder why there's a shoe on the screen.
Did he get like a penalty for it?
Yeah, they got a 15-yard penalty.
That's
and they got a
amazing.
first down for
That's
that.
amazing.
I watched him just like look at it. He goes,
I feel like
he eats it. I was like, okay.
I feel like it was like 3rd and long, and then he did that. And I was like, you gotta be kidding.
Oh,
I was so mad.
Every time Clowney messed up, it was 3rd and long. Literally without fail,
It
3rd
was
and long.
3rd and long.
I'm not even a Brown fan. I was sitting there like, what is he doing?
It's so sad.
I was so mad.
I'm gonna be honest. I was mad at Clowney that game, but we need to bring him back.
He
does.
Oh, he had
Clinton
one
was
bad game. We
Yeah.
still need to try and bring him back.
He wants to come back too.
Miles Garrett wants him back. There's no reason to not.
Did I tell you what he did after the game?
I don't know.
He FaceTimed me on his way back to Matt's house, absolutely livid.
Oh, I was so mad. I just unloaded everything that was in my arsenal on the Browns. Why am I a fan of this team? I am sick and tired of watching them blow it on the big stick. I was mad.
That's me.
He's me.
Clayton, that was me too.
Every divisional game.
I'm done with this crap.
No,
You see the
Clayton was just sitting there going, "You
are a factory of sadness." See you Sunday.
Yeah,
He's
pretty
like
much.
talking to the stadium. Oh, it's so great.
I should have done that when I was in Cleveland. I was at the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. That's right next to the
Hey,
field.
Hey, have you deleted your fan account yet? Or
What? No, I still have it.
I
I was mad. I was saying I was going to delete my fan
That's what
account.
he's like. 'Cause he was texting me like highlights of you guys' conversation.
I was so mad. Like, because watching Baker play like garbage and then watching us get like stupid penalties at the exact wrong time and giving Big Ben the send-off that he doesn't deserve. Bro!
Yeah.
But he's from the little town of Corey Rawson.
Yeah.
They
We all should hate him then.
They introed us from Finley. I was like, that's not true. Don't let them lie.
He's from Corey Rawson.
Dude, you remember that in the Pro Bowl? He said from Corey Rawson Elementary. That was a long time
My
ago.
great aunt had a newspaper clipping
Yeah, because he said.
cut out on that door.
Yeah, because he said he was from the town of Corey Rawson,
Yeah.
and they spelled it wrong.
Yeah.
It was Corey.
Yeah.
For those of you who may not know, we went to Corey Rawson High School, and that's where Big Ben went to elementary school. And they
In
it's
3rd
spelled-
grade or something.
Right.
Yeah,
It's
like
spelled like
third
C.
grade.
It's spelled CORY dash Rawson. They spelled it COREY.
It was the thought that counted.
Like, that
Oh yeah. No, I have full nostalgia of every time I walk out that door going, man, how'd they spell that one wrong?
I'm going to throw one more thing out there.
Alright, close us out.
yes.
Clayton, you might disagree with me, but I think the Browns should lose this week to get a better draft pick.
You want them to tank in week 7?
Go be like a true Lions fan!
Week 18.
Week 8? You want them to tank in week 18?
It doesn't matter.
You should have spelled that out like 7 weeks
At
ago.
this point, anyway.
Actually,
Might as well play and win just to
I think-
say we're 2-0 against the Bengals.
Yeah, that's true.
There you go. Yeah, hey,
But-
they won the division, but we swept them.
It's a home game, isn't it?
Yeah.
All right, then yeah, we're not playing to lose in front of our home fans.
That is true.
No, that's dumb.
But I think if we lost, we'd have like a top 10 pick.
I think you have one now.
I was going to say
There's
we could have a
lot,
top 10 pick regardless.
at least
Yeah.
a top 15 easily.
I think
'Cause
we
there's
have-
a lot of winning
I think we have
winning
16
teams.
or 17
So
right now.
they are 7-9 with the Broncos, Falcons, and Vikings. Technically, the Browns are 22nd in the league.
I
Mm-hmm.
think we have the number. I saw. Don't quote me, but we have the number 7 pick if the season ended today.
Yeah.
The Seahawks, Bears, and football team are all 6-10, and the teams at 8-8 are the Ravens, Dolphins, and Saints.
Yeah, Isaac, I do disagree with you that there's no point in tanking in front of our home
My
fans.
dad said that, and I'm like, what? I thought I would bring it up, but
I
Go
just
be like a true
disagree.
Lions fan.
All right, well that should wrap up this episode. This was a little lengthy, but that's all right. We covered a wide variety of football topics.
Leo, thank you for joining us.
Yeah, absolutely. Good to have a familiar face on the podcast for the first time. Make sure that you guys follow us on all of our social media platforms at Hot Take Sports 16.
Don't forget our website, hottakesports.online.
Go buy merch.
Go buy merch so we can
Merch,
mute
merch,
Isaac.
merch.
Don't forget.
yes, buy merch to mute me.
Please.
Save us all.
All right.
I love how invested he is in this.
That concludes episode 34. Thank you guys for joining us.
Go Tigers.